There's a cause for celebration in the Blake Lively camp today, as a federal judge in New York has dismissed the Justin Baldoni's defamation case against her and her husband Ryan Reynolds for, as I said, defamation and extortion. Now, exactly what is going on here? A federal judge has ended the Justin Baldoni's $400 million legal action against its "End of Us" co-star Blake Lively and her husband Ryan Reynolds on the New York Times. On October 17, 2025, the court issued an order directing the parties to showcase why financial judgment should not be entered in this case. Liam wrote in his order. The time for the waiver parties to fill an amendment complaint has lapsed, he added, noting that only defendant Blake Lively responded to the order to showcase. The parties had until October 24th to showcase why final judgment should not be entered. So that's only about a week time to go ahead and submit a form, and it is on the Justin Baldoni's side that they should have got at least something in. Something to be like, hey, no, this is what's going on here. This is why my case is still strong. And unfortunately, they did not. Now, I'm not a lawyer. I'm not a legal expert by any regards. This could have been too little of time, or it could just be that they were just sitting on their hands and they lost. I have no idea really on the legal side. It's just my interpretation of what's going on right now. And unfortunately, it looks like this is not going well in his favor at this moment. With that said, however, the plaintiffs have the right to appeal, and Lively's request for attorney fees is still ongoing. Now, how exactly did we get here? So, Baldoni and his co-plaintiffs' January 16th suit, which was consolidated with Lively's December 31st sexual harassment lawsuit in New York federal court, accused Lively, Reynolds, and publicist Leslie Sloan of extortion, defamation, and lawsuit like invasion of privacy, among other allegations. Justin Baldoni's lawsuit officially ends months after dismissal. The case termination comes 4 months after Judge Liam granted a motion for dismissal from Lively's legal team because Baldoni's claims of civil extortion, defamation, and false light did not hold up under the law. Though Liam allowed Baldoni and his co-plaintiffs to file a second amended complaint by January 23rd, he noted in October 17th order that the waiver parties did not do so, meaning the dismissal became final as of June 23rd, 2025, as to all parties. Now, today's opinion is a total victory and complete vindication of Blake Lively, along with those that Justin Baldoni and the Wayfair parties dragged into their retaliatory lawsuit, including Ryan Reynolds, Leslie Sloan, and the New York Times. Lively's lawyers previously said in a June 9th statement to U.S. Today. As we have said from day one, the $400 million lawsuit was a sham and the court was right to throw it. We look forward to the next round, which is seeking attorney fees, treble damages, and punitive damages against Baldoni and Schwartz, Nathan, and other Wayfair parties who prepared this abusive litigation. Now, you calling that abusive? From my understanding, Blake Lively is the real one who's causing some abusive litigation here. From my understanding, at the time of filling of This Is the End of Us, Baldoni offered an intimacy coordinator to make Blake Lively comfortable, because my understanding was that she was pregnant at the time and he wanted to be respectful of her. Pretty much he was the conception of a male feminist that was going on at the time. Now, Blake Lively, she didn't need it. She disregarded it. She said, I'm fine. And they continued on with the filming. Now, as filming went on, she progressively took more and more control over the filming. She became kind of almost exactly the interpretation of the film that they were making. That the film that they were making is about a woman dealing with abusive gentlemen. I never saw the film, so I can't really speak too much into that. But that was my understanding of the gist, that it was portrayed as a romance film, but it was actually something that was talking about the horrors of abuse. And we kind of get the flip side from what I've been hearing about this case, that Blake Lively and her husband Ryan Reynolds came over, started taking more control over the production, kind of started pushing Justin out a little bit, and was just overall kind of a horrible experience to have for the filming. But they got through the process, which is great, but it wasn't a healthy work environment, which at the end of it then spurred on Blake Lively causing a suit against Justin Baldoni, who then tried to countersuit. Unfortunately, it looks like either his legal team failed him, or he was not paying attention, or they were like, you know what, we'll just give up and pay the fine and move on with our lives because this is just taking up too much time. It's hard to say exactly what the reason was for this, but it is not looking good in his case. Now, contrary to what Blake Lively's team has stated, this does not necessarily vindicate them, in my view, that some wrong was done against her. All it means is that he failed to prove evidence that his claims about defamation were not enough. But that does not necessarily mean that Blake Lively is innocent and that she was wronged, which I personally highly doubt, especially when we are learning more and more things about the couple and how they interact behind the scenes. It brings you to question exactly how innocent is Blake Lively. I'm going to be honest, I used to think very highly of Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds, but when the start of this suit happened, it caused a lot of doubt in my mind about how great these two people actually are. But I want to hear what you guys' thoughts are. What are you thinking about the ending of this lawsuit against Blake Lively? Do you think Justin Baldoni is been wronged here, that he should have been winning the case? Or do you think that he just got lazy and he actually is at fault? I can't wait to hear what you guys got to say. Leave a like if you liked the video, leave a dislike if you did not, and don't forget to subscribe. I'll catch y'all later. Bye now.